I thought maybe a summary of what we've been through, where we're going, and what there is at the end might be a good idea for the last talk of this series. I really don't know how we started, at what point, but the way I like to look at it is that everyone is seeking happiness, full and complete, with no taint of sorrow. That happiness is our very own basic natural nature, which I call the self with a capital S. And because it's our basic natural nature, is the reason why everyone is seeking happiness. And in the end, we see that happiness with a capital H, God with a capital G, turns out to be the same thing. The mistake we all make is that we look for this happiness in people and in things. And it is not in people or things. The happiness or the pleasure that we feel is the eliminating of the pain of the desire for something. This desire is an original lack which we assumed. Being infinite beings, we never had any lack. We assume this lack, we create a desire for it. When the desire is fulfilled, our thoughts stop, and when our mind is still, our basic nature, the self, shines forth. The little things I've been saying and trying to accomplish have been trying to get you to see this yourself. Nothing should be accepted that I say nor that anyone else says until you can prove it out for yourself. The uniqueness of this science, which is a science, someday you'll see it's the science of all sciences, is that this is a subjective science. We have to seek it within. We can't put it out on a table in front of us and examine it. We can only examine it within our own mind, within our own being. Also, the intellect does not avail it to us. The intellect can get us in the right direction to find it, and the right direction is by stilling the mind and by experiencing this truth, this knowledge. So only by experience can we get to know this. It is good in our daily life to be not the doer, be not the agent, just be the witness. It is not I but the Father who worketh through me attitude, which several in this group already have, is the main conduct of life that we should strive for. The more we become the witness in life, the more we become non-attached to the body, the more we become our real self. So there's two things I'm suggesting. One is the quest, who am I? And the second is, in life itself, be not the doer, be the witness. Let things happen. Allow it to be. Because that's the way we are in the final top state. And the best behavior in life is that which is characteristic of the top state. There are many other things which I'm sure you're aware of humbleness and so forth, goodness, kindness, honesty. All these things help. But the greatest aid is be not the doer, be the witness. All right, now when the self of us presents itself to us, it's a tremendous experience. It's a very difficult one to contain. We feel as though we're going to burst because we recognize our omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. But just seeing it once doesn't establish us in that state. However, once experiencing it, you'll never let go until you reestablish it. So you'll continue to try, and we should continue to try to get back into that state. The next time it'll last a bit longer. Third time, still longer. Until finally, we are in it 24 hours a day. When we attain this top state, we are not zombies, but we are all-knowing, everywhere present, everything falling perfectly into line without us. We move in the world just like anyone else moves, but the difference is we see the world entirely different from the way everyone else sees it. We see our body as our body, and we see every other body equally as our body. Every animal as we. Everything. Now that seeing everything as I gives us that singular oneness throughout the universe, which is called God or the Self. We see our own body moving through life almost like an automaton. We sort of let it go its way. And since we are not that body, nothing that happens to that body can affect us. Even if we're crushed, disintegrated, it wouldn't mean a thing to us, because we are fully knowing that we are not that body. We know our eternal beingness. So one who has attained the top state is difficult to distinguish from anyone else. He'll go through the same procedures of life, whatever he was doing before, he might continue to do. But his outlook on life is entirely different. He's completely egoless. He has no concern for his own body. He is interested more in others than he is in himself. He is interested in all humanity. Whatever he does has absolutely no ego motivation. His body will continue to live its normal span in the eyes of those who are not fully understanding, and usually goes out the same way most bodies go out, via so-called death and coffin. But the one who was originally connected with that body never sees any of this death. He sees this entire world as an illusion that was created mentally, just as we create scenes, cities, and worlds in our night dreams. And when we awaken, we realize there never was such a thing. In the same way, when we awaken from this waking state, we see that the whole thing was a dream and never really was. That the only thing that ever was the absolute reality, infinite, all-perfect, all-knowing, all-powerful, omnipresent.